God, my main platform just gone, right at the event's peak. This is probably the closest I've ever been to giving up. Hi, I'm Yiyi Wang, someone who loves building imagination in the digital world and occasionally wants to pull dreams into reality, a digital artist. In today's video, I want to look back on how, driven by passion and many coincidences, I took my Dansha and her Magic Planet exhibition from a vague idea to reality and navigated unexpected challenges to launch it. This involves exploring IP incubation and fan co-creation, experiences with new technologies, and of course, as a novice curator, the valuable lessons learned and pitfalls encountered. Have you ever loved something so much that you poured immense energy into it, only for things to go wrong constantly, nearly making you unable to continue? That feeling, I truly felt it deeply this time. It all started quite by chance, originating from my personal IP, Dreamwalking, and its protagonist, Dansha. I've always been very interested in using art to explore spiritual healing. Dansha is my attempt and anchor in this virtual world. The initial spark came from an event asking for casual wear designs for Dansha. I truly didn't expect everyone's enthusiasm and creativity to exceed my expectations. I received many designs filled with love. It was the first time I truly felt that Dansha wasn't just a character in my mind. She seemed to connect many people through their drawings. I guess so many friends, your OCS aren't just characters either. That emotional connection is really special. Then, after that event, people seemed to want more. In my group chat, everyone started discussing collaborative drawing relays. That spontaneous, collaborative art form full of unknown chemistry. At that time, I thought, let's try this. Isn't this what community interaction should look like? Later, I met Al-Holo, who does glasses-free 3D, at a competition. When I saw their tech demo, something clicked in my mind. What if Dansha could break through dimensions and appear in a more three-dimensional form? This idea, I found it very interesting. The thought of collaboration quietly took root. Finally, the crucial push came from my old friend Between Illustrations. In the first half of this year, they asked me if I wanted to try holding a small exhibition themed around OCS at the Shanghai Illustration Town. At that moment, I felt all the threads converging: fan enthusiasm, fun formats, cool technology, and a rare venue opportunity. As someone who overthinks, I seriously considered and assessed the risks, but I was still drawn by the immense possibilities. Just like that, Dansha's Magic Planet evolved from a vague concept into a project carrying my personal IP, tech co-creation, and offline experience. A major personal growth challenge. Okay, the project started. First step, make the abstract concept of Magic Planet concrete, so people could see and feel it. I wanted it to be more than just lore. It needed emotional, atmospheric spaces. Thus, serene waters for tranquility, dream flows symbolizing inspiration, amber veil bringing vitality, and sacred stream full of life, finding a visual style that was unified yet distinct, with a dreamcore feel, while balancing mystery, healing, and sci-fi elements. The process, for someone with perfectionist tendencies, it was indeed a significant challenge. But static images didn't feel enough to truly let everyone step into these planets. I decided to animate them. Yes, after countless days and nights of hard work, I created a series of short-themed videos, starting with the Fate Quartet, to guide inner resonance, to immersive atmospheric experiences for each planet. This was probably, for me, an amateur animation enthusiast, driven purely by passion. My most strenuous expression yet, mainly because time was incredibly tight. Oh God. Anyway, while making them, I really hoped these flowing colors, light, shadows, and effects could become the dream portal for audiences entering the Magic Planet. The planet concepts were there, the world building was taking shape, but my efforts alone wouldn't be rich enough. I had to involve everyone and do something innovative. The first big move was collaborating with Al-Holo on a glasses-free 3D night light. My initial idea was beautiful. Let Dansha's magic break dimensions, allowing fans to have this magical light and shadow in their bedrooms. But the reality was, this technology's requirements for the source image are hard to describe, extremely detailed, extremely demanding. So, to achieve the ideal effect, just for the image, I went back and forth, adjusting dozens of drafts. For the core light panel, my partner Al-Holo made 3 versions, before final confirmation. Plus, it was our first time interfacing with mass production, all the communication and coordination involved. To ensure the final result met expectations, it was just an exhausting process, mentally and physically. Anyway, while wrestling with this nightlight, the collaborative drawing relay I mentioned earlier officially launched. This was also a very important exploration for me. I wanted to see if the IP community brand model could work effectively. This event definitely needed prizes. The prize was the nightlight I had just painstakingly developed. Initially, it went smoothly. Everyone was enthusiastic. Then came the surprise. Just midway through the event, the main platform we relied on for posting suddenly vanished. My mind just went blank. Buzz. Everything went dark. Isn't this the legendary Black Swan itself? The entire event plan was almost disrupted. The project nearly stalled. But panicking wouldn't solve anything. I had to save myself. I told myself, stay calm. I'll think of a solution. Can't let everyone's hard work go to waste. After all, people had drawn so much already. And I had put in a lot of effort too. So, I quickly adjusted the strategy. First, the previous judging was based on online data. Now, judging would shift to the offline exhibition. The rules were relaxed slightly. The core idea, whatever everyone created, we had to find a way for more people to see it. So, I was under immense pressure during that time, working overtime until it was dark. But when I finally saw those imaginative relay artworks, some even spontaneously organized into animated shorts, I truly felt all the perseverance was worth it. This is perhaps the charm of co-creation. Even with twists and turns, the final outcome can still bring huge surprises and emotions. And this incident really taught me a lesson. Plans never keep up with changes. Embrace change isn't just an empty phrase. It's a real survival guide. No matter how lively online interactions are, I always felt a physical space was needed for people to truly step into this magic planet, to touch the texture of this world. So, when my old friend Between Illustrations offered this precious opportunity, me, a complete novice curator, still mustered the courage to take on this 60 square meter huge challenge. My idea wasn't just an art show, nor just my Osei solo exhibition. I hoped to make it a hub where OK fans could meet and interact offline, exploring new models, linking online and offline. I also hope to make a small contribution to the OC cultural ecosystem. With these considerations, I designed a transition route, hoping to guide everyone step by step into immersing themselves in this little world I carefully built in this space. From the archive, introducing the world building in a conversational tone, to the Joint Research Institute, merging tech and fan co-creation. Here, we had the nightlight starry wall I painstakingly designed with the brand, the glasses-free 3D screen showcasing partner tech and serving as a photo spot, and the area for fan collaborative drawings and artwork voting. What I personally put the most thought into, and valued most, was probably this OK instant creation space. Seeing everyone leave messages for Dansha here, enthusiastically sharing their own OK settings, even starting to brainstorm the next event. This warm connection among fans born from shared passion is the biggest driving force behind why I did this. Of course, reality always finds ways to tell you that curating for the first time isn't that simple. As a somewhat obsessive novice curator, there were so many surprises on site, completely caught off guard. For example, initially, I found the workers put up a key background wall completely wrong. Everything went dark for me. The most important guiding installation at the entrance was also delayed. On the first day, very few people noticed there was a solo exhibition here. The display screen for my main animation had circuit issues. The exhibition hall's AC wasn't strong enough, and this spring felt like summer. In short, every day was a battle against various emergencies. I think any friend who has personally managed an offline event can probably relate to this frustration of plans not keeping up with reality. Although it was chaotic, through the joint efforts of myself, Between Illustrations and the brand partner, we managed to resolve many urgent issues. Looking back, there are definitely still regrets. For example, the exhibition information I designed myself was still too text-heavy, not intuitive enough. Interactive guidance could have been more prominent and independent. These are my post-event reflections and the tuition fee paid for my first OK exhibition. I've noted them down very seriously in my notebook. We'll definitely improve next time. Finally, I've briefly shared this challenging journey with everyone. Heavens know how busy I was these past few months, just for this exhibition, for this event. Dansha's Magic Planet for me personally was truly an experience, packed with information, a mix of pain and joy, extreme stretching, and rapid growth. As an introvert used to immersive creation in the digital world, being pushed forward by reality this time really forced me to level up in curating, project management, and various miscellaneous business communication skills. Although I often wanted to cry for help during the process, when the dust settled, looking back at all the struggle and effort, it seems to have transformed into fuel for moving forward. This landing of the Magic Planet is just a small step in Dreamwalking's long journey. In the future, I want to continue creating more stories, connecting and colliding with interesting souls, exploring new ways to combine online and offline, and serving this OK community that I truly cherish. Regarding Dreamwalking or future OK offline events, what expectations or ideas do you have? Finally, a sincere thank you. Thank you to everyone who patiently watched until here. Thank you to all who follow Dreamwalking and love Dansha. Thanks to our awesome partners Al Hollow and Between Illustrations. Thank you to every partner who participated in online activities and visited the offline exhibition. If my chaotic experience and amateur reflection could offer even a tiny bit of inspiration or reference value, please don't forget to give me some encouragement. See you next time. Bye bye.